So the other game to me that sets up as a probable district championship clash is Marlin taking on Riesel. So Marlin is 4-2. One of those losses being a forfeit loss. We remember week 1. Riesel, meanwhile, 6-0, and to me, probably has an argument that it could be ranked in the top 10 in the state in 2A Division 1. This feels a little bit like a toss-up game, so I'm going to assign each of you a team. So, Chad, what is the path to victory for Riesel?
Grinding, yeah, just 3 yards in a cloud of dust, and like Saturday night, Saturday night was like, oh my gosh, Texas Tech is Taj Brooks in a cloud of dust tonight, and you can win a football game like that, especially against teams that can score in a heartbeat. What you want to do is not let them have the ball very much. And the last time I saw Marlin, unfortunately, was against a team in Toller that did that to him. So having not seen Riesel play this year, and they don't, their stats aren't updated here that I'm looking at. Maybe they are in the Stats Plus, but
they're not.
I think they're probably a team that can grind and stay ahead of the chains and keep the ball in their own possession.
Yeah, and certainly we've shouted out their defense before on the pod. Obviously, it's been really, really good this year. I mean, I think they've leaned heavily on what you're talking about, the old Johnny Tusa kind of mindset of run the ball, play defense. I mean, that's that's fundamental football, and certainly Robert Little, I think, appreciates that kind of ball. So, yeah, that could be Riesel's path. DJ, you have seen Marlin play just last week, correct? Wasn't it last week? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do the Bulldogs have to do to win?
I really think it's a little bit of what Chad said, is they gotta score quick and they gotta get open, which was Rosebud's strategy, but they couldn't get past Riesel's side. So I think that's another big thing is you got to get past those guys and because you're not gonna be able to run the ball against them. They're big. That up front, they're big.
And that's a good point, because that is something. Remember when we had our 8-2A podcast with all those coaches? Those coaches talked about Riesel's size. I think they've got some beef out there in Riesel. Maybe it's the power plant. I don't know. Radiation from the power plant.
Yeah, and I think defensively they do got to clean some stuff up, which is a lot of what Torres was talking about after post game last week. Was just he didn't think they played as well defensively as they should have. They had penalties. It just shouldn't have been penalties, offside stuff. I think there was one personal foul on special teams. I don't remember, but it was because it was late in the half. But yeah, I just think that if they can break away and get open and get, Roderick Shooters somebody to pass to and somebody that's gonna make those receptions, they can win this. That's pretty much it, because there's not much you can do when you've got basically a wall you've got to break through.
So
basically either, but everybody's telling me they're just impossible to get through.
Wow. It sounds very much like Marlin's speed versus Riesel's size, and probably Marlin trying to score quick and Riesel trying to milk the clock. I mean, that's what it sounds like, a lot like.
I mean, you kind of it feels like typecasting of two towns in our area, right? But I mean, there's a reason those things happen, right?
And maybe Riesel can put up a speed trap. How about that? That's someone who's driven in Central Texas right there, throwing a joke.
Well, and also, I mean, you know, an award-winning columnist coming up with that on the spot, right?
John Werner will be at that game for us. Should be a fun one. I think he's just like Chad. I'm a little bit jealous of you guys covering these games because I think those are going to be good games. So
well, if you didn't cover Midway every week, maybe you'd see some of them.
Yeah, you know.
You're the one that sets the assignments, Brice.
That's true. I do.